Welcome to Soy Tech Info channel, my dear students. In this tutorial, we will discuss about the 5 important reactions of phenol. Let us see one by one. The first one is electrophilic substitution reaction. Second, Kolb's reaction. Third, a reaction with the zinc dust. Then fourth one, Reimer-Tiemann reaction. And finally, we'll be discussing the oxidation of phenol. Let us go one by one. In the first case, that is the electrophilic substitution, here it involves 3 important steps. That is generation of electrophile, that is formation of electrophile, that is step number 1. Then attack of electrophile followed by delocalization of pi electrons in the benzene ring. And the final step is the removal of proton. Sorry for the interruption. Now, that is nitration, halogenation, sulfonation, alkylation. These are all some examples of electrophilic substitution reaction. And first of all, we should know what is electrophile. Electrophile, philo means to attract, to love. Electron, that is negative center. So, this group that attacks, for example, the reagent which attacks the electron rich center is called electrophile. So here the nitronium ion is the electrophile in the case of nitration. And we cannot simply take nitric acid and make this a nitration possible. We need to include a catalyst, that is sulfuric acid. So when we take dilute nitric acid with sulfuric acid as the catalyst, we are able to get orthonitrophenol, where nitronium ion is the electrophile. And we can get para isomer also, because there is a hydroxyl group which is already present in the phenol is an ortho-para director. It's called the orientation effect, that is the direction effect. That is the presence of some functional group in the benzene ring that will dictate the new incoming electrophile either to the ortho position or para position. So such effect is called orientation effect, and this is the ortho-para orientation. And some functional group, they directs the new entity or the reagent to get substituted in the meta position, and such type of effect is called meta orientation effect. Now we are considering the ortho or para orientation with regard to the nitration of phenol. And on excessive nitration, what occurs, that is it may lead to the picric acid, that is 2,4,6-trinitrophenol. So this is the one which is called 2,4,6-trinitrophenol. You have got that is hydroxyl group should be given the priority here, so that should be numbered as 1, and nitro group second, third, fourth position you have got another nitro group, and in the 6th position you have got another nitro group. So likewise you have, that is 2,4,6-trinitro, 3 nitro groups are attached to, substituted to the phenol, substituted in the phenol. So they are called 2,4,6-trinitrophenol, and it can also be called picric acid. Now let us and this is possible when a phenol is treated with concentrated nitric acid. Okay, now so the second part, this term is very important here. Let us talk about this. In this case, that is there are 2 possibilities. We said that is orthonitrophenol and paranitrophenol. In orthonitrophenol, here there is an intramolecular hydrogen bonding, that is the bonding takes place hydrogen bonding takes place within the molecule. That is called intramolecular hydrogen bonding. Do you understand? And that is why its a boiling point is less. Whereas in the case of paranitrophenol, that is the intermolecular hydrogen bonding, it is an additional intermolecular that is a bonding, and that is why the boiling point is a little bit higher. So let me talk about this orthonitrophenol, where you should know first of all what is hydrogen bonding. Bonding developed between the proton, that is H, with the nearby electronegative atom. So here OH, you have got H here, and in this H we have the nearby oxygen atom here. So this one is the nearby oxygen atom, so that there is an interaction within the same molecule, and that is why it's called intramolecular hydrogen bonding. Whereas in the case of paranitrophenol, see, that is this H from one molecule interacts with the electronegative atom, that is oxygen, with the oxygen on atom of the other that is molecule. Okay, right. Let us proceed with the next one, that is halogenation. So that is also um, uh, that is an electrophilic substitution. It's the best example for electrophilic substitution reaction. So nitration we have completed, then halogenation. So this occurs in presence of a bromine, that is a bromine in presence of carbon disulfide. Okay, so it happens. And normally in case of benzene we used to take Lewis acids. Here this is not required, because this is of that is very being phenol, it is more compatible with halogen. So Br2 combines with OH, phenol, that is in presence of carbon disulfide. Okay, so this occurs at 0 degree centigrade, that is 273 Kelvin, and the major products are para isomer, that is para bromo phenol. So this is halogenation. Then in excessive that is bromination, we are able to get 2,4,6 tribromophenol, as in the case of what, trinitrophenol in concentrated nitric acid. Okay, right. Now let us move to the next reaction, that is the Kolb's reaction. So Kolb's reaction, here phenol is treated with sodium hydroxide, so that you are able to get sodium phenoxide, and further it is subjected to carbon reaction with the carbon dioxide followed by protonation, that is some azide hydrolysis it occurs, so that you are able to get orthohydroxybenzoic acid. This is also called the salicylic acid. Okay, orthohydroxybenzoic acid. So never forget this. In Kolb's reaction we get the product orthohydroxybenzoic acid, or it can also be called a 2-hydroxybenzoic acid. Okay, right. Then in fact this question is frequently asked in any organic problem, so remember this is very important. Okay, right. Now let us move to the reaction of phenol with the zinc dust. So where the dehydroxylation takes place and zinc undergoes oxidation to become zinc oxide. So the hydroxyl group is completely removed, where you are able to get benzene. So this is also a very important reaction, and that will be useful in organic problems. Then Reimer-Tiemann reaction. This is another named reaction. Here a phenol is treated with the chloroform. CHCl3 means trichloromethane, which is nothing but chloroform, in presence of aqueous NaOH, sodium hydroxide. We get this intermediate, and on further hydrolysis with the sodium hydroxide, we are able to get, that is orthohydroxybenzaldehyde, salt of sodium, and further on hydrolysis in presence of acid, we are able to get orthohydroxybenzaldehyde, that is salicylaldehyde. Okay, so the salicylaldehyde formation is the specialty of Reimer-Tiemann reaction that is used in drugs, chemical drugs. Then, and we will discuss about this oxidation. So that is a fifth reaction. As far as oxidation is concerned, when phenol is subjected to oxidation in presence of acidified Na2Cr2O7, that is sodium dichromate, we are able to get benzoquinone, so which is a very important compound, and industrially these are all very very significant compounds. Okay, so let me summarize. We have so far discussed about the electrophilic substitution reaction, under which we have discussed nitration, halogenation. Besides, we have acylation, alkylation or methylation, etc. Then sulfonation also. On sulfonation, we are able to get benzene sulfonic acid. Then in the second reaction, that is Kolb's reaction, that is, you must remember the reactants as well as the product. So here on reaction with the sodium hydroxide, phenol gives sodium phenoxide, followed by carboxylation and hydrolysis, we get salicylic acid. And in fact, this is one of the important reactants for the preparation of aspirin. Okay, then reaction with the zinc dust, where we are able to get the benzene, and from Reimer-Tiemann reaction we are able to get that is salicylaldehyde from phenol by treating with chloroform and sodium hydroxide. And finally in oxidation we are able to get benzoquinone. Here the acidified Na2Cr2O7 is the oxidizing agent. Okay, so thank you for watching this video, my dear students. If you have got any doubt, you can mention your doubt in the comment column, and if you have got any specific doubt in that is any concepts related to chemistry, you can give your comments in the column provided below. Okay, right. Thank you for watching this video.